Greetings and salutations, how's everyone doing? We're back to talking about more episodes, like looking back at, like say, the 60th anniversary specials of Doctor Who. So, yeah, in this case, we're looking at the final episode of the 60th specials. In this case, The Giggle.
Their dear papa, they seek him near and far. They miss their kiss goodnight. They greet an endless night. Sticky bobbies are so sweet.
And but before we get and talk about it, don't forget we have to answer one question though. We are for you. So what was this one about? Well, this one takes place after the events of Wild Blue Yonder, and the episode sees the Doctor, Donna, and Unit confronting the return of the Doctor's old enemy, the Toymaker, who is behind a series of signals in the form of a giggle, being transmitted, causing the human race to go insane over their opinions and all that. I gotta say that, I kind of still enjoyed this episode. I kind of really liked the fact that, we have, a return of a classic Doctor Who character that, I'll be honest, the Toymaker, that is a very, very deep cut of a character. And by that I mean, that is not, unless it's, unless you're a big Trek, Whovian, I guess, that is not a character you immediately think about when it comes to the Doctor. And that, he is a, enemy that first showed up during the first Doctor's run with William Hartnell. I thought that Neil Patrick Harris did a great job when it came to playing the character. Whether it was his, German accent he did.
Stone Age of Men. He picked up ein Rock. He said, "Oh, das ist ein Pole."
He pulled it when she killed a man.
He said, "Oh, what fun." And now, everybody loves the balls. Until they hear...
Whenever he is playing as in his shop. I thought he did a good job. Yeah, at times, yes, it's a little bit goofy. But I think he does a good job of it. And I kind of like how the episode has a bit of makes it this Doctor have a sense of conclusion in that, quite like a lot of it basically shows, say, hey, the Doctor has gone through quite a lot up until this point. He really hasn't had the opportunity to sit down and go, okay.
What do I say? What do I say? Because I'm always so certain. I'm all Sonic and TARDIS and Time Lord. Take that away. Take away the toys. What am I?
I'm going to just sit down and go, say, wow, this was quite a lot. Whether it was, when the Toymaker goes, say, hey, remember Clara? Remember Bill and all that characters? Remember, say, what they happened in... He's trying to, the Doctor's really trying to get under his skin.
He was killed by the Cybermen.
Her consciousness survives.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
But one thing the episode does well too, at least I think, in my perspective though, I think it does have some moments that can make the episode seem quite unsettling for when it has to have a sense of suspension. Like when the Toymaker is controlling his little puppets to try to intimidate him, and he's like a giant shadow inside of the house and all that. And I think, that is a great way to say, hey, this is how big of an antagonist our villain is. In that, yes, he is able to be, in a way, a god in his, dominion. And, yes, I can understand, why some people above and go, say, probably go, like when he is just having his when he's having a dance sequence, and yeah, I think it's a little bit fun because it shows, hey, like the Toy Maker, he can be a mischievous individual that said, like, say, hey, oh, you want to play a game? I'll play a game. In which he basically, like, all the, like, the rose petals on. I think that is, like, visually fun, and at the same time it goes, like, say, hey, this is wacky. But I do think that it was pretty cool to see the character of Mel again, but one thing that makes me think, a lot of people were at first unsure about the idea of bi-generation, because I'll be honest, like, say, originally when I heard about, like, say, hey, after I watched this episode when it came out, I was, like, talking to my best friend, and he was telling me, say, hey, now they're gonna have David Tennant have his own show, and Gatwa have his, his revival of the show. And unfortunately, I don't know if that's still gonna be happening, because, well, like, say, we gotta be, make sure we watch the rest of the show when it comes back, because it might be going away forever if we don't. But I really dug this. I thought this one was a lot of fun. And yeah, it gave it this episode a sense of, okay. Anyways, for, like, when Gatwa would have his run, it would say, hey, especially at the end of it, when Toy Maker goes, like, say, my legion is coming. And also it's like, hey, there's a guy that even scares me. And yeah, I really, I would, like, kind of helped the fans, like, say, who could be next? Who could be next? In a way. And I do think, in a way, it kind of worked, because it would help us introduce us to characters like, say, the Maestro, and all that, and also try to give us the idea of maybe Susan would eventually show up, and all that. But I think this final episode was a great way to, in a way, say, hey, both the David Tennant Doctor and the character of Donna Noble, they are going to do just fine, in that they're going to take some time off and just chill.
Favorite niece?
Oh, niece. I like that.
Well, that's what you are. With my best friend, my brother-in-law, the evil stepmother.
Oh, I have barely begun.
And Mad Auntie Mel.
Mad Auntie Mel. Mad Auntie Mel. I like that, yeah.
And yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that, in a way, David has basically David said for his character, he goes, like, say, I'm gonna hang up my coat and, like, say, Gatwa, the keys to the TARDIS are yours. But I don't know. I kind of enjoy this. I could always be wrong about it, but remember, this is all just, like a silly little, just my little opinion. But what are your thoughts on it?